Okay, out of an escort, a porno star, or a hoe, right? Which one you think is safer within that sex industry lifestyle?
Taking the convo to high levels. Comment, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying Durable Minds Radio.
So yeah.
Now we gonna ask questions. You got a question for me?
Yeah, I have a question for you. So, when dealing with a male, are you in a relationship?
Situationship.
Okay. Would you rather respect the man, like know how to respect the man, or know how to understand the man? Totality. Which one would you have put?
I mean, if you have understanding for that person, you definitely have to respect them.
So you would pick the understanding over respect?
I think it goes hand in hand.
Right. So if you had to pick one or the other, which one would you pick?
Oh, I can't pick one or the other.
Yeah, you can. You just did. I don't know why you just didn't say
I'm saying to understand somebody is to respect them.
Right. So, but you can respect somebody and still not understand them. Just like you can understand.
How?
Well, because I understand common courtesy, right? So by me understanding common courtesy, I'm gonna respect whatever. But am I gonna give the patience to understand what you're saying? No, but I can respect it and be like, yeah, whatever, and do it moving. You know what I'm saying? So I'm respecting what you're saying, but I'm not really giving a fuck to understand what you're saying. But you was on the right path. You said exactly what I'm saying. That's why I thought you would have picked understanding. But then you gave a little pushback, like I don't know, it's kind of hand in hand.
For me, it is.
Well, for sure, it's hand in hand. That's why I narrow the questions. That's like I can ask you, okay, would you pick if a man told you, look, I can only give you love, or I can only give you loyalty? Which one would you pick? We know it go hand in hand.
I guess the love. I guess I get a little both with the love.
Damn. You gonna get
I'm a girly. What you expect from me? What you expect from me? I'm a girly.
So let me ask you this. Can somebody love you and not be loyal to you, or can somebody be loyal to you and not love you?
I think somebody can be loyal to you and not love you.
So you don't think so? That person that loves you, you think they're for sure gonna be loyal to you?
If the love is real, then yeah.
Okay, if the love is real. So you love your uncles, right?
Yeah.
That shit's real love, right?
Time out. I love one of my uncles.
No, fuck all that. You can't. So you don't love all your uncles?
No, I don't, and that's the honest truth.
Why don't you love them? Because they fuck ups?
One uncle, I don't have no respect for it.
So do you so you're not loyal, or you don't love him and you're not loyal to him? So let's say the uncle that you do love, and he call you right now. Are you loyal enough to drop everything you doing to go help out his situation?
If I got the means, then yeah.
If you got the means is that you love him. So therefore, you gonna be loyal to him.
It depends on whatever the situation is.
Right. So you loyal to a certain extent. You love him totality, but you're loyal to him to a certain extent. Now, would you want somebody to be loyal to you to the full extent? Therefore, that love is gonna follow no matter what, or somebody love you full extent, but not necessarily loyal to you to the full extent?
I'm taking a love still.
All right.
I'm gonna take the love.
Okay, okay. I hear you. Take the love.
You know, because if you can't, you can't.
What's
You
going
get what
on,
I'm saying? I wouldn't have somebody kill themselves, break their back. You get what I'm saying? For something that they can't do.
I mean, that's not necessarily like. I mean, you're not gonna necessarily put yourself in that situation to where somebody has to put their loyalty in it.
Give your 10 toes up for me, like.
Right. But it's nice to have somebody. Let's say you intentionally put yourself in a jam, and it's not like purposely you did it. But wouldn't it be nice to have a loyal person there? Like the motherfucker, you gonna call everybody that love you, but they might not be loyal to that certain extent.
I'm going to answer one more question before we go.
Okay, let me see. Okay, this gonna be a good one. We gonna go out with a bang. So, out of an escort, you know what an escort is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, out of an escort, a porno star, or a hoe, right? Which one you think is safer within that sex industry lifestyle? You know the difference from a hoe and a escort, right?
Yeah, I think the escort would probably be the safest.
Why is that?
They a little bit more organized. Like they be having things in place, like and then like the people who be in charge of all that really be making sure. I don't even know. I don't fucking know. I'm not an escort, but this is what I'm assuming, right?
This is what your assumption. It's your opinion.
You know that they do things just a little bit more strategic. So I think they probably send them to the doctor or shit like that. And I don't think they be sleeping with people for real.
Okay, that's interesting. That's it. So what is your perspective of the female that chooses to be the hoe?
Well, the female that chooses to be a hoe is just not doing it for money. So if you're not even doing it with no intention by it, that means you just don't give a fuck.
Wait, why do you think she's not doing it for money? What do you think a hoe? What do you think a hoe is?
I mean, like
because what I think of a hoe is the hoe deals with the pimp. That's how she gets the hoe's name, right?
Oh, see, I was thinking like
So yeah, so let's back up. So when I say the hoe female, I feel like the hoe female is the one with the pimp. The porn star is the one that's doing it with the cameras and shit with the whatever, and then the escorts is the ones that have the middleman, like whether they be on the what websites that cost, or they got an agency that sets up the dates type stuff, or escorts can waiver a lot. It could really go down to prostitute.
The hoes with the pimps, I don't know. They, as far as they be shown on TV and stuff, they be dirty. Like they be like out there like in like roach motels and stuff. So before you catch a disease, you really might catch bed bugs first. So like you don't even want to do that.
So you believe what you see on TV? You don't think they pushing agendas out there? You don't think they show the worst of things for reasons?
Probably, they probably do, but like this is just because I don't live it. I don't really know, so I'm just like assuming.
So you gotta, you can only go off what you feed, and that's cool, right? I mean, that's not cool, but that's why you got people like me that can tell you, like, sometimes the TVs and what they push is for a reason, to give people the negative input of how some people live their life, if that makes sense. Why?
Yeah,
because them people that live their life certain ways is lucrative to those individuals. You get what I mean? Because those individuals is the reason that life is even relevant. You get what I'm saying? Those are the clients, the people that work for the TV shows and shit.
Like, make their money, or maybe the porn star might be a little safer, because don't they gotta be like tested and stuff before they even like be sleeping with people?
I mean, that I don't know. I don't know if they gotta be tested. All I know is that it's no structure. All I know. So if we're talking about the female, right? The female,
damn, it went again.
Oh, it's all good. The female within those industries, I feel like that will have be the safest is the one that has the most control of the atmosphere, right? Of whatever she's doing sex appeal to get money, she has the most control of it. And I feel like when you're with the escort, you don't have the total control because there's a middleman handling your money type stuff. And yeah, they might screen the dude for you and make sure everything is good, fun and dandy, but at the same time, you're on your own type stuff, and they're going to take a percentage. The porn star industry, it's more like, okay, boom, you sign this contract and anything goes type stuff. You know what I mean? And yeah, everybody's tested and stuff, but you're under contract. And as for the hoe, is like dealing with a man that understands you. You feel like you're way in more control, and if that man understands you, he's gonna give you suggestions to do things accordingly to protect yourself and build your money and make avenues to do other things. So I will think the whole female will be the safest because she's with somebody that's really within what she's trying to accomplish. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no. I don't know.
And I understand what you're saying because you're so gung-ho on the stereotypes of what they push out there.
I mean, not only that, but like sometimes, all right, even when you're dealing with females in general, like I would say from people that I know and like experience, like you will get with somebody, even if it's a pimp or whatever the case may be, or like they don't be thinking about the safety first; they be thinking about the money first.
Well, see, within that lifestyle, you're gonna get a lot of people that are con artists, that are pretenders, that are trying to do something but really don't have the right intentions on doing it, and then they'll get labeled something that they're really not, right? And in that case, that's what that is, and that's why it's so like when you see something on the news and you'll be like, oh, this dude was, having the girl on drugs, and then they'll just put pimp on it. The people that's in the lifestyle, like a whole female, would know that dude wasn't even a pimp. You get what I'm saying? So it's like we don't even consider that. We don't even, because it's just like we understand they just found somebody that was trying to do some shit but really wasn't doing no shit because they really didn't understand what they was doing. But the outside world ain't gonna understand that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's really what we be happening. And the reason it's like that is because most of them people that's operating in them fields are the clients in the other lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? So they don't want their client to have a man that understands what's going on, that's gonna, do things accordingly to where, like say for instance the Shannon Sharp situation. If the female on the other end knew something about what she was doing within the lifestyle and had let's say she chose the whole lifestyle instead of the escort or whatever, she was an escort, right? Lifestyle, then maybe she would be accomplishing way much more. And it's not even like putting their, I don't think if she chose to be a hoe with the pimp, I don't even think they would be worrying about trying to humiliate Shannon Sharp. I think they would be more worrying about utilizing Shannon Sharp to accomplish bigger and better things for the both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she will be further successful. Now it's like, okay, you can't even show yourself because you played your cards kind of wrong because you thought this was the way to do things. If to where you didn't really have no backbone to really be like, that's just how I be looking at let's it. Let's milk this motherfucker till he's dry. Fuck all that other shit. Like we gonna get 50 million hush money. You feel me? Like ain't nobody gonna know about this to where we might get more.
A bunch of
what are you talking about?
People.
We ain't worried about none of that shit. Matter of fact, and all that extra shit, all that extra activities, that shit wouldn't be even on that magnitude when you got a backbone.
And a lot of the prostitutes was just like, they did a lot of stuff on their own. Like, they didn't have a pimp. They was just like out in the street,
right,
by themselves. and like a lot of them ended up getting hooked on drugs or beat up or shit like that.
Right. Well, yeah, and they're not gonna, and when they show those type of things, they're not gonna give you the lens to look at, like, what if she had the pimp and everything could have been better. They're never gonna push it that direction. You get what I'm saying? You'll run into females. I mean, you'll run into them type of shows or whatever, and it might not be no pimp involved at all, right? And she just lived that lifestyle, and they're just talking about how it's just horrible and this and that and this and this. And those girls, they really be trying to figure things out, but they're used to hearing the stereotypes to where a gentleman might approach them, and they was like, get away from me type shit. For sure, them shows was going to push it into a negative form every time. Every time.
You better keep it with the durable mind.
Shit, I'll take all the money. I had to make it through the rain, it wasn't always sunny. You can keep the bullshit, I'ma take the money. Yeah. You can keep the bullshit, I'ma take the money. Yeah.
Illustrating the ism.
Whole lot of tank shit, man. Hey, the South, East here too, man. This shit slap like Pimp pants. Hey. This shit slap like Pimp pants.